If you and I were sitting down as fellow history buffs, flipping through primary accounts, diaries, and territorial records, I'd tell you straight up that the Wild West everyone thinks they know never actually existed. And since this video is for serious historical viewers who care about accuracy and practical knowledge, let's open with the truth that keeps historians awake at night. For about a minute, stay with me, because this is where most viewers click off. But this is the part that changes how you watch every Western ever made. For starters, almost everything Hollywood taught the world about the American frontier is either wildly exaggerated or flat out wrong. Most gunfights never happened. Cowboys weren't who you think they were. And some of the strangest facts that still circulate today become embarrassing once you actually look at census records, court filings, marshal reports, cattle logs, military correspondence, and the oral histories of the people who lived it. But here's the kicker. Once you know what the West really looked like, you can actually apply these lessons to modern survival, community building, conflict management, and even business strategy. You know, the belief that outlaws were brilliant masterminds is pure Hollywood. Billy the Kid, Jesse James, and Butch Cassidy weren't criminal geniuses. Most robberies were honestly sloppy, emotional, and short-lived disasters. What this really teaches us is that people who rely on sloppy opportunism instead of skill eventually fail. The claim that saloons were glamorous social hubs is, well, exaggerated. Many were filthy, dangerous, overcrowded, and often just temporary buildings thrown together in a matter of days. The glamorization hides the fact that frontier life was uncomfortable and unsanitary. For survivalists, it shows just how fast temporary structures can dominate a growing settlement. The belief that stagecoaches were robbed all the time is just untrue. Robberies were actually rare, and companies used strongboxes, armed guards, and even decoys. The reputation really came from just a handful of famous incidents. The lesson is simple. Inefficient criminals make headlines, not history. The myth that pioneers had no technology ignores their knack for innovation. They used repeating rifles, early refrigeration methods, telegraph communication, and some pretty advanced farming techniques. Understanding this teaches preparedness. Innovation does not require modern tools, only problem-solving. The idea that frontier doctors were clueless is honestly exaggerated. Many physicians were trained in Europe or at major East Coast schools. Survivalists today can learn a lot from this era by studying low-tech medical methods like herbal poultices, bone setting, and sanitation habits that still work today. The belief that the West was isolated ignores the booming communication systems of the time. Mail routes, telegraph lines, supply chains, and railroads connected towns much faster than most people think. What this teaches is that building reliable communication is the backbone of any functional community. If you enjoyed this deep, myth-breaking dive into the real Wild West, make sure you subscribe and share this with fellow historians, researchers, and survival-focused thinkers. Your support helps grow History Reborn alive, and together we keep real history alive, accurate, and thriving.